Okay. Okay. So my name is Christopher Wu. Most people just call me Chris. I am a senior, going on to be a super senior, fortunately. But also fortunately, I want to run for next year's eBoard. I've been a part of FAFSA since my freshman year, so I actually, how do I put this? At first, freshman year, I didn't feel as dedicated to FAFSA because I was scared. I was like, oh my god, there's so many of them and they do so many things. Oh my god, what I do? And I will admit, the upperclassmen were very welcoming to me, and that really made me feel so much better. Like, even to this day, I still remember like my first semi-practice, Steph and Rigo were like, hey, aren't you gonna like do this dance? Like, I know it, I can teach you. And I was like, oh, cool. So like they pulled me aside and I learned a bit from them. And that was like my first big thing. And then it was like the Stahan that year, and that's when I really got to like meet and learn about like my class, which is like, what is it? How do I put this? Yeah, backstory done. The actual business part of it is I'm running for internal secretary, and my qualifications for it are that I have previous experience on eBoard, as well as running different organizations, as well as CSA and my high school art club. And my high school art club actually did real work, like putting out large murals, and we had, what's the word? We were, how do I put this, commissioned to create artworks for different departments as well as organizations outside of the school. So I feel like that qualifies me because I understand what it's like to act on a professional scale, not only with fellow students, but with what we would call working adults, and which to this day, even though they intimidate me, I'm capable of working with them really well. And also, I'm very organized, and I'm great with creating schedules, which is something I believe the internal secretary should be responsible for. Let's see, what else is there? Also, for those of you who don't know, a lot of the policies on campus are actually fairly complicated, and I'm very well aware of that because I've had to create events and run them on campus, so I am very well versed in campus policies. And let's see what else. So the main reason I want to run for eBoard is because not only have I had a great time here at FAFSA, I also want to continue to make it great. I want to work as an executive board member that not only does his position, but also goes out of his way to be warm and welcoming, like the upperclassmen I looked up to freshman year.
Thank you. Sorry, Chris.
It's okay. And just honestly, despite the work that I will be expected to do, I've never regretted any of the work I've put forth to FAFSA, which is why I truly believe that even though like a lot of my friends, even my boyfriend's like, oh, that's a lot of work, are you sure you want to do it? And I tell them yes, because I do truly believe FAFSA is family. From freshman year to now, I've really grown attached to not only this organization, but all my close friends that I've made here. And yeah. Any questions? Yes, Pablo?
What do you think was a weakness of this year?
This year's eBoard? I feel hypocritical saying this because it's also one of my weaknesses, and that'd be sternness and rigidity when it comes to meeting deadlines and schedules. And this is something I personally experienced because I was helping with the Stahan, and I was worried, like, even though I wasn't part of the dances, I was always worried that, like, the dances wouldn't, like, come in time, and I was worried and moderately annoyed that dancers weren't showing up on time. And I feel like a certain sternness and authority would be required to, like, hey, tell people, like, you committed to this. And even though we are here to have fun, it's also important to show, like, hey, we really got this. And when you go on stage, it really shows. And I'm really proud of this year's performance because even though we had a late start, I think our late game, as we say in league, was hella strong. Yes, JP?
You're put in an interesting position where you're one of the older members on next year's FAFSA eBoard. Do you have any ideas of strengths and weaknesses from the past few years here at UBC that you can either fix or bring back to the upcoming eBoard?
First of all, God, I feel so dated after that.
You're not as old as me, you're fine.
Oh my. Okay, so you said strengths and weaknesses and how I can bring that forward.
either bring back the strengths or develop the weaknesses.
Alright, I think my years of experience with FOSTA will give me an advantage here because I've seen what works and what doesn't work. And as an older member, I understand that FOSTA eBoard is a team, so I'd voice my opinion and organize and say, hey, this is what I think because I've seen this work, like planning out a schedule, like writing out a schedule on like Hell Nights and Pasahan, like that's something we always do because we know it works. And if someone forgets to do it, another eBoard member or anyone that knows the schedule should put it up. It's like, hey, this is the first thing we should do on like Hell Night. These are the dances, these are the performances, these are the scenes we need to do, and that'd be my best example I can give currently for that.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay.